Hello.
Hello, everyone. Ooh, the sun's shining on my face. Hello, everyone.
Oh, there's lots of people here. Hello. Sorry we were late. I was late. My camera was giving me a hard time, so here we are.
Sarah says she cast on.
Things.
What did you say?
I'm reading things. Go ahead.
I was going to say Sarah cast on her sun gazer. And she had to go up a needle size. 2 needle sizes, actually. Which makes sense. Hi. Makes sense because, like, yours, Angie's, and Allison's, you would have needed to go up needle sizes, right? And Jess's.
Yeah.
Because we all just went with the 4.5. Uh-oh. Can't do this at the same time, apparently.
Am I supposed to?
But Sarah did a gauge swatch. Like a good person.
I did not do a gauge swatch. Hi, everybody. A bunch of us cast on the sun gazer over the weekend. That's what we're talking about. Do you happen to have a slide to show that? Show what it is? Pop it up.
I only wrote. I made a banner that says "Sun Gazer" by James Watts, but I did not make a picture.
I do. I have my pattern right here.
Oh yeah.
So this little short sleeve sweater is what we have all started, and none of it. Well, Sarah gauge swatched, and I probably should take a few minutes and look at the schematic and see if my gauge will make too much of a difference that I'm not gonna like the finished.
I should, yeah.
Gauge, but mine's only off by a little bit, and there's a huge range of sizes.
Well, and you're measuring it unblocked, right? Like 2.
Yeah, mine probably will bloom to the size.
Like mine measures exactly, but that's unblocked. So if anything, I think yours and Allison's and Jess and Angie's are probably okay. Mm-hmm. Mine might end up big. Jess's, I think, was a little bit smaller. Too many stitches. That's right, Angie. Not only is it thick and thin, so it'll be fine. We're also all starting on the back, so they're just practice pieces.
Yeah, we can make a difference up on the front.
So it doesn't help if I show you guys. Mine looks really big.
Nice.
Like, look how
did you get that?
I'm almost done the front panel.
I'm still on the third. Like, I beat you to the third thing, and then I'm still on the third thing.
I guess it's, if I lean back, I guess it's probably not that bad. I'll probably have to have it finished by tonight, and then I can take it off or I'll split the cords up a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this either. So it seems wide this way. It doesn't seem so bad this way. But it does have to go side to side, so it's probably actually okay.
Yeah. It'll probably be perfect.
So
only the progress. So Allison, are you saying you have not made that much progress? Because that will make me feel better. I haven't picked it up since Saturday night, so it is still here. I should have brought this with me today. We were out car shopping and I didn't have to do the driving, but I didn't bring any knitting with me. I didn't want to go car shopping. I didn't enjoy going car shopping. It wasn't fun. There's still no car. Anybody have a car for sale? Anybody? Everybody? Somebody local? But yeah, I should have brought it with me because I was in the car for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So did everybody find their whips this week?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks.
For the last 2 weeks, yeah. I did not go and post mine like I said I would. I had them all gathered before we were live 2 weeks ago, and then never actually like sorted through them and put them into categories or posted them. Australia, a bit far away. It's funny. It's funny that you say that, Nikki, because my son was talking about the Mazda truck, the small Mazda truck, and I'm like, "Do they still make it?" And he's like, "In Australia." And I'm like, "Well, we can't go buy a car in Australia." That was just like 2 hours ago that we had that conversation. So, does it happen to be a Mazda truck? I forget what they're called. Is that what you're selling?
That would be very funny.
That would be funny.
I have had mine pretty much in a bin since last time too. This afternoon, I came home. I got home early, being out, and I took pictures of all of them. So I haven't posted them on my Ravelry. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I've been pretty bad at that. I like to use. I usually try when I start a project to put them up on Ravelry, right, to keep track of them, but either that or Instagram, but I haven't been doing that either. So
that's funny. It's a Mazda. It's not a truck, but it's a Mazda. I love my Mazda.
I had a Mazda. I had the Mazda 5, like the little minivan sort of one.
Yeah.
I liked it.
We had a Mazda 5 for a few years, and then it was used, and we had it for a few years, and then my husband drove it through this really, really big puddle and flooded the engine, and like totally engine gone. So not anymore. And then we have a Mazda 3 still. So those are the two Mazdas we've had. And I've liked them both. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody. I saw a bunch of people come in. So I decided I was going to grab my projects that I didn't organize and put up, and I'm going to quickly go through them and jot them down. I will get pictures. It will be hard to show them well on here, but I am going to jot them down and then see how many I have in each kind of category. So I think I have everything here, or most everything. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Rochelle, I will I tallied all the votes and stuff like that for it. Surprise, surprise, everybody guessed which one Allison's was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's only like Allison. There was most of the votes were for Allison, and then like 2 votes for or a vote for Angie and a vote for me. But so the majority of that sweater was voted for Allison. I had votes across like 3 out of the 5.
Yeah.
But I'll post them probably tomorrow. I'll have to make some Instagram stories and do them. So
thanks for answering, Angie. Yeah, Jillian and I are both working on sweaters, Joe, and a bunch of other people cast on sweaters this weekend. Yeah, there's not a huge difference between with the self-striping Noro. There's not a huge difference between some of the colorways. So I don't find there to be a huge difference between mine and Jillian's, even though it is different. It still like kind of goes through basically different shades of all the colors when it comes down to it, right? Like,
yeah, I think, does yours have green in it? It's got that little bit of a teal,
like,
right?
a tealy, and then your red's just a different red than mine.
I have green in mine. I don't have any purple or blue.
Yeah, so mine looks a lot brighter. There's a lot of light in here right now, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was really hard. It was really hard to choose colors.
I haven't even like I'm almost done my first panel, right? And I still have like a good chunk left of mine, so I might be able to make a second one in the color that I originally chose. Depending on how much yarn I have left when I'm done and how much yarn's left from your shawl.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. Oh yeah, we bullied you out of your color choice.
You didn't. I willingly gave it up.
So did anybody guess you for Jess's color?
Just did. Only one person, and it was Jess, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was guessed for mine and yours and Angie's, because Angie's is all cream.
I could see people guessing you for that one, yeah.
Because of my sweater that I'm currently doing. So you and I were guessed for mine, and for Angie's, we had the top votes. And then I had the top votes for mine, Angie's, tied with you for those two, and then for yours. It's confusing. It'll be easier if I type it out so we can see it. I purl one.
Okay, yeah, you show it.
I don't know if I can because I'm totally doing this backwards. I just pick up the bar. I'm not doing mine right because I'm not putting them up onto the stitches, but I just pick up that. Hold on. Can you see that?
Yeah, I think so. So pick up the bar.
So I'm just picking that bar up, and then I guess if you wanted to do it properly, you could put the stitch on and then purl through. I think you'd have to purl through the back. I can't do it because I'm doing it backwards, but I made it up.
Truthfully, I think I made up what I was doing for it too. I did left leaning for my make ones, and then for my make one purls, I will have to see. Let me see. I think I just did. Yeah, I went in for like a left leaning increase, and then I purled it through the back loop. So it left a purl bump, but twisted it so it wasn't an open hole.
Yeah, and there, my needles are off of that now. I didn't twist my stitches, so I just picked up any of my make ones. I just basically stuck my needle through the loop and pulled it up without twisting it. So I have the holes going down the sides. So
yeah, because if I remember correctly, he didn't give a recommended. Yeah, it just says make one. This is actually probably the first time I've looked at the abbreviations. For his make one, he just said make one right or make one left are both fine, and then make one purl. The instructions beside that, or beside M1P, is just make one purl. So no real instructions on whether or not it's a certain way. And I didn't bother to go look up if there was a certain way for that type of make one. I just made it a purl. Yeah, Allison's definitely have holes, but I like it. I think it's gonna look neat. Yours do too.
Yeah.
My increases do not have holes. They're pretty.
Yeah, if I do a second one, Angie was saying about, you know how it's the pattern calls to knit one and then make one and then keep going. Or at the end you make one and then knit one or something like that. It was about knitting 2 stitches. So either before or like it's after. So there's an extra column in there.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit neater. I don't know. But I have to see.
Let's see how far I get. I'm
Bind
gonna
off 16 stitches and purl.
I'm gonna continue or start writing down all my whips. So this is the first one I pulled out, my Coziest Memories blanket. I will post pictures in the Ravelry group of all my whips. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I can bring them in. I'll bring mine in. Well, maybe I'll just do yours. And then, yeah, I took pictures of mine today. So I just have to take a picture of a pile of mine. Maybe I'll just dump them on the floor afterwards and take a picture. Yeah. And then yours are there. So I can do them.
Yeah, I'll just leave them all here on the table.
Yeah.
Grab a pile picture. I think I have like whip pictures for my Ravelry page for most of them.
Yeah, I can check them.
Here's my second whip. This is a finish it. For this sock anyway. I don't know if the pair is a finish it, but this sock's a finish it.
I didn't categorize mine as finish or anything like that. I just wrote them down.
I don't know.
I have, like, socks. Like I did mine in categories. I have like socks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have sock. Like I have a finished sock. And do I want a pair for it or not? Or is it
because you haven't even cast on the second one yet, basically? Yeah.
And most of my socks are 2 at a time, so they're.
I think I definitely want that to be a pair because I do want a pair of, like, that was why I cast that on. I don't know if I will match it or not. I don't know if I will do it with the same colors because I kind of want to play with more of the neon mohairs.
Yeah.
Or even just a different neon as the sock. I can continue with that mohair and then get a different.
What color is the mohair again?
Overjoy.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a Overjoy mohair on Password.
It could look nice on creamsicle. Or even flamenco.
Yeah, those are the two I'm kind of thinking this would look the best on and still be like a fun fraternal pair.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And truthfully, when I grabbed this to cast it on that one day, this wasn't a full ball, right? So this is going to finish that sock. I do have more of it around, like even already caked up, but I can just move on to another color. It would be fun. So might make it more interesting to actually get it done too. But yeah, I don't know if I'll categorize everything as I pull it out. I just know that that's one that's been, like, it's a current whip. I like having it around. Has something to knit on, so
yeah,
finish it. So I'm just pulling up these bags randomly. And so far I have 3 different categories. And by categories, I mean like what type of projects they are. So I've had a blanket, a sock, and now I have a sweater.
A blanket, a sock, and a sweater. I had a lot more things than I thought I did.
This is my...
Is that your Felix?
This is my Felix. I don't know if I should rip it back because of the... I didn't...
Yeah, the dye lots.
It is the same dye lot. I know it's the same dye lot, but it's hand dyed. It's Malabrigo worsted, and I didn't rotate the skeins, and you can totally see where I changed skeins there. It's not a huge difference. Like, it definitely took, having it away from you or on camera to be able to see it. But
what if you just you can't see me pointing to it. What if you just embroidered something, like a duplicate stitch, like a line or something like that over top of it or something like that, or did that in a couple spots?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or overdyed it.
Oh, I'm already in the ribbing. I'm so not ripping that back. Never mind. It's not happening. I'll wear it the way it is. I don't care. So, but I will start remembering that I want to. I don't typically alternate skeins for the whole project, but I usually do it for a good chunk when I'm going to switch skeins. So like when I get to only having like 25% of the first skein left, then I'll alternate skeins until that first ball is gone, and then do it again. And for like colorways like this, that's normally enough to hide the big transition. If it was highly variegated, I'd probably alternate the whole way through to help break up the variegation and not get as much pooling. But for something that's just tonal like this, that's usually how I do it. So, but I'm not ripping that out, or else I probably won't ever finish it, because this got along to this point pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So like, and then I haven't touched it. If I rip it out, it's just not going to be anything. That probably sounds backwards to some people. I feel like when I say this got to this point fairly quickly, then people are like, well, then just rip it back and fix it. But no, I just know I've already slowed down on it. If I rip it back, I probably won't do it at all. So do you have your totals for all your projects then? Did you write them down?
I have 28 total.
Oh, you've got me beat. That's a lot.
Now, of those 28, 4 of them are sock tubes, which haven't really been started, right? But they're...
Did you separate them? Do you have them on needles?
One's on needles because I separated it because it was enough to make 2 pairs, so that's the only reason it's on needles. And the other one, I did start to try and make mitts or something with it.
Oh yeah.
The other 2 are just black ones. They're not really started, so don't really count, I guess. I have 8 to 10 pairs of socks.
Wow.
I say 8 to 10 because I have my 6 at a time, like my 3 pairs, right?
Oh, I forgot about those. I always forget about those.
So, yeah, that's a lot. And then I have 2 of the LRM's Operation Sock Club socks, like, started.
Yeah.
And realistically, they probably won't ever get finished. They'll probably just get frogged.
I have a theme here. My winter bag from J. Hendry. Jess and Allison sent this as a Christmas gift 2 years ago. And then I have Christmas socks in them because apparently sometimes I am geeky like that. So I've got one. And I'm in the gusset here. Oh, it looks like I dropped stitches last time I had this out and they need fixed. Maybe I'll do that before I put it back in the bag. So did anybody in the chat, did anybody find their whips and count their whips? I did go over to the group and take a look. And I saw a few people's, but I don't know if you guys are in here tonight. Anybody have an idea of how many whips they have? It's loud.
Nobody.
Nothing. It's the one I love it. Two.
Oh, I wish.
That's impressive.
Very impressive.
I will have at least 2 in like every type of knitting I have. I think I'll have at least 2. I think I still have.
Full Moon Vipers. Allison, you got 37. Makes me feel so good.
That's a lot. That's awesome.
One.
10, 2.
What did Zach?
exactly one. Like, what if see, that just triggers my anxiety. What if you, like, make a mistake and you still wanna just kind of knit, but it's nighttime and you can't fix it, like, you moved on to a different hobby? That when you pull out a book or something? I don't know. I need my easy stuff. It's all just mental because truthfully, if I hit that, I probably would just put my knitting down, but I feel like I need to have a backup.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to have just like 2 or 3, but I get inspired by things and then I feel like if I don't cast them on, then I'm not gonna do them. But then I end up like this where I have 28 projects.
Oh, I missed a bunch of these.
I did too. I went back up because I missed before Sarah's. I was trying to read Sarah's and then I nice finishing 3 tops. That's great.
Right, Noelle, spinning, weaving, and other. I have a couple of rug hooking things started, a couple cross stitch things started.
Nice.
Sarah, that's like kind of goals. That's kind of how I want to have it. I want to have like a sweater and like 4 or 5 socks and then like a shawl and a blanket or something like that. Not just one pair of socks though. That's silly. That's silly. I have all these needles. Why would I only have one pair of socks?
I wonder how many sock needles I have now. Well,
The backup being spinning is brilliant. That's probably what I should do to get myself on my wheel more often. It's a great idea. Yeah, the idea of casting on, like not casting on anything new until you finish one is kind of what I think I'll do through this little challenge. It will depend what I get to when I count all of these and see if I'm happy with it, what it is. And I'll either do like a one for, like I can do one for one if I want to, but I have to cast something off, or I might have to up it to get cast off before I start a new one or bound off. Oh, hi, Emily. You started your brioche cowl. Good. Right, Sarah? I have so many sock needles that I can justify, and so much sock yarn. I can really justify casting on as many socks as I want to.
well, I must have at least 8 pairs of sock needles because I have 8 pairs in my bag, so that's a lot more than I thought I had.
Oh, Joe, you really should cast on something for your birthday. Something special for you. Do you have an idea of what you're going to cast on? I like when people do like the Christmas Eve cast on was going on online for a while there, where everybody would start something new on Christmas Eve. And I liked that. I like just like that there was a consensus that a bunch of people were going to start something new. No, that's just stash, Tammy. Just having everything there ready to be. You have to cast on. So it's our way of pretending we don't have any or too many. This building is really loud when you're all by yourself in it. You're everything.
I think I'm the same way, Sarah. I think I lose interest on something and something else sparks my interest, and then I just want to knit it, and I'm not always good at going back to it.
Yeah.
Because usually then something else sparks it from the next one that I just did.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard to get back into one, although apparently fixing those couple stitches on this sock has got me knitting this sock. I haven't moved on to my next. I didn't write it down either. I should write it down.
I don't know. I have to redo this section because I just read the pattern. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. It's like 28 stitches remain. That, folks, is not 28 stitches.
Oh no.
So I guess that makes sense. Like that looks way. I don't know. Anyway, it's going on the floor.
Got a sock nearby you can work on? Okay, I'll put this.
No, I have my shawl. 5 sweater quantities worth of yarn
in a week. Yeah, Rochelle, that's a great idea. I used to do that every once in a while. Every time I start a routine to try and do something like that. So I used to do like 15 minutes. If I'm going to sit down and knit and I have a project that's either been lingering or I just want to get it done, but it's not the one I'm most excited about, then set a timer and work on it for 15 minutes. And a lot of times then you're into it while you're sitting there, and that's the one you work on for however long you're going to sit there and knit. But yeah, 30 minutes and you'll get through it if you start doing that. Well, this bag isn't a whip. There's some minis. There's a full skein of natural. I don't know.
Easy.
I don't know what this is.
Save that for this.
I don't think it's supposed to be anything. I think it might be just yarn for my blanket, like for my Coziest Memories blanket. I'm not even sure because it's not.
Was it yarn did you bring in yarn for one of the shawls that you wanted to do that we had done a thing for?
Yeah, maybe. And maybe I just shoved that handful of stuff in that bag for no reason. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, the why not tea.
Oh, I need to look up the name of this one. Look up this shawl. What are you going to work on, Jillian? You don't have socks there?
No, I have my shawl. No, I guess I do have socks, but they're supposed to be my, I don't know, car knitting socks.
Oh, yeah. I just said socks, but if you have a shawl that's easy to pick up. If you have I just said socks, but if you have a shawl, it's easy to pick up and.
Yeah, this one's the same one I was working on last time, where it's just, I'm just knitting back and forth until it gets to like the 8 inches or whatever.
This shawl is called the Winter Honey Shawl. That's what I went to look up because I just always call it the honey shawl, but I know it's not just the honey shawl. So it's the Winter Honey Shawl by Andrea Mowry. It's got like honeycomb cable texture all the way through. I don't know if she calls for it to be held with mohair. I'm holding a wool cotton with a mohair just in undyed creamy. I really like it. And I'm starting to change to the border.
Is that just like a bigger version of like the small ones?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's been a long time since I've picked it up and actually knit on it. So it will take me a bit to remember the pattern and fall into it. This is kind of one of those ones that I probably should do, the 15 minutes or a half hour every day so that I'm back into the pattern and I know what's going on with it. Because as soon as you put it down for any amount of time, it never gets picked up again. Because I don't even have the pattern in the bag. It must be on my iPad. So It's just not an easy one. If you leave it for any amount of time. I know the pattern's pretty simple though. So if I'm into it, I'll remember what I'm doing.
Slip one. I had to remember where the slipping happened on my. What is going on?
No, I'm just sorry. I'm just reading the stuff I missed.
Yeah. My projects don't want to work for me today.
What's wrong with that one?
I can't get the yarn out. I shoved all the stuff. I shoved it into a project bag when I was taking pictures, and there's extra yarn in my way. That's all. I saw 38. Oh. 38 skeins to your stash. Mm-hmm.
Oh my, Sarah, that's a lot.
Joe, Minitude stuff hasn't been coming up on my page. Her stuff's nice. Can you wait 2 extra days to cast on?
Yeah, 2 extra days from your birthday. I'll continue going through these, but I also have a shawl I want to cast on next week for full moon's shawl knit along. You ready for this one, guys? Again, not a project. Needles and yarn from an old project, I guess. But here, and you wonder why this happens, because this is what I do. And then I go like this, and then it happens again. So, did I write everything? No, I didn't see. I'm lost already. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yarn was a category on my list that I made.
Yarn that is ready to be started or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's for a specific sweater, and it's in a bag, and it's been in a bag basically since I got it in years.
So it's not in your stash. It's actually ready.
I think I started. I think I actually started it. I didn't do a swatch for it, but I do need to do a swatch before I actually do it. But I did put yarn is written down on my thing instead of counting that as a sweater.
This is my Petite Picot shawl. Pulling stitches with my own needles. I haven't worked on this in a long time. So this is a garter stitch, long, skinny kind of scarf shawl triangle. And it starts to shift at the center point here. It starts to shift from garter to stockinette. So you slowly increase the stockinette. That's the reverse side, but you increase the stockinette section and it eats up the garter section. And then you pick up around the outside and do, I think, a lace border and then a picot bind off in a solid.
You do a lace border all the way around? Yeah, okay.
I'm going to look it up. Do I have this in my Ravelry as a project already? I may not. So I better write it down.
I see some people are tracking their yarn purchases. Number of skeins. That is a scary idea.
Do you guys, everybody who's talking about their yarn and stuff. Sarah, is it just fresh because you just did it, or do you actually put them into your like your Ravelry stash and then go from there?
I actually would love to do that. Like when we get to
Ooh, it stripes at the end too. I haven't looked at this in a long time. So it's
pretty.
I don't know how to use my camera at this end. It starts to stripe and then you pick up and you do that border around the outside. So mine's this blue, and I'm gonna do like a navy blue around the outside, nice and dark contrast like that one. I like it.
Yeah, that's really pretty. I got
Well,
one.
it's not gonna be in the frogget category anyway, because I do like that.
I'd love, like, if we go through my stash for this Mal, whatever. I'd like to add stuff to Ravelry. I think that would be a good thing. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with it afterwards, but
Your stash and Ravelry?
yeah.
I think like Katrina, because Katrina puts all her stash in, and I think when something new comes in, it kind of stays in one area until it goes in, and then she puts it with her stash. So then she just sits down at some point and adds it. And then maybe I'll never get good at it, but then maybe you'll get good at when you start the project with it, you'll take it out of your stash to start your project on Ravelry, and everything will be pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think that could be handy, especially if you're out and you want to make something. You're like, oh, what yarn do I have at home? You could just go on your phone and check it out. But
and if you weigh your balls and stuff when you're done a project and you put those partial balls back in your stash, it keeps it, right? So if you say I used 1.5 balls, you know you have half a ball left or whatever of that color if you're trying to do something else.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fun.
I don't know if these are all here or not.
Let's see if when we get around to going through our stash and stuff like that, we'll see what kind of knitting mood I'm in and if it gets done or not.
I can tell you, it will not get done for me.
Yeah, but you have lots and lots and lots of yarn.
I do have lots and lots and lots of yarn. I'm going to go through it and probably get rid of some. Maybe. No promises. No promises. I got rid of a lot over the last couple of years. Did I show this a few weeks ago, or is it just because I was wearing my other one?
I think you showed it. Who's that one by?
Hohi.
Yes.
But I was wearing one because I made this already.
I think you went and grabbed it.
Maybe. So this is my Rhapsody in Cables sweater by Hohi. Oh yeah, I think I did because I remember when we were talking about all the Meredith projects. He's one of the ones in Meredith. So I'm working down the first sleeve. This is the center front. And you pick up and go out down the other sleeve and then straight down the back. It's a really interesting construction. It's actually quite fun to knit, so I should pull it out and start working on it again because it really is enjoyable. So, oh yeah, I obviously pulled it out. It has
Forever cord
in it, pony cord in it. So I think it was, I haven't worked on it, but it was sitting on a spare pair of needles. So I think whenever I pulled it out, I decided to do that.
Yeah.
Wonder where those needles are. Maybe that's what's in one of those other bags. I don't even know.
Yeah, the ones that the second last bag that you had out. That was
Oh, What sweater did I show already?
I don't know.
My Felix cardigan.
Yeah.
So I'm writing down my projects, and I've got coziest memory blanket, the password and mohair socks, the Christmas stripe socks, and then I have the word sweater. Be a Felix cardigan, and now Rhapsody and cables. I am great at taking notes. Nobody wants to borrow my notes from anything. I kind of feel the same, guys. If you'd have to admit, people would be, if I told you guys that I've put all my stash up on Ravelry and you go over and look at it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a problem. But it's fine. Who cares? Okay. This is my bag of snowmobile socks. That's what I call them.
Oh yeah.
They're thick socks. Oh, I think I gave away one pair out of here. Okay, so I'm on a third sock. Sorry, my kid's sending me cars. Don't want to buy a car. Okay. So I'm on a third sock. So I don't know how to consider this complete. Does it need to be 4 socks, or are people just allowed to wear mismatched socks? And after I finish this third sock, it's complete. I should probably try and finish 4. And then
I would say 4, but like 3 is like a floater, right? So like if one happens to get like more dirty than the other for whatever reason, you've got an extra one there. If you can't find one, you could just grab the thing, right? So
I have so much, and this is why I like love scrappy projects. I have so many like started cakes of yarn, and then this can move on from here and go to my coziest memory blanket. I don't know, but yeah. So those look so fun. So those are for some of the guys in my life. My nephews, my brother-in-law all snowboard. That's not the word. Snowmobile. My husband wears this weight socks in his work boots all winter. My dad likes this weight socks. My son likes this weight socks in the winter. So those actually will get a lot of use. So I don't know if it should just be an ongoing thing and I just keep making them whenever I feel interested in making them. But part of me wants to get this batch done, do it as a Ravelry page, however many socks I do, and then I can start a new one just to feel like I accomplished.
Lots of votes for the 3. Okay, there's like 2, but still.
Okay, I had this one out a few weeks ago too. I think this one's gonna get, well, friended or something. I don't think.
You
I don't think I'm gonna do it. What?
Yeah, you were. I think you never really. You weren't sure last time either.
Like every time I pull it out, I like it, and I like the way like it's coming together. I don't think I like the colors that I have picked for it to go into, and that could be part of it. But I would like I've went to rip it out at least once before, and then I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, but I like it, and then it just kind of went back in. So if I was being brutally honest, it probably will be one that will move on. So
yeah,
I didn't write stuff down again.
You have to watch the show after and rewatch it and write everything down.
2 of those bags are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just the snowmobile socks.
What weight are your snowmobile socks?
It's just 2 fingering held together, but they really feel more worsted than like DK, and it could just be whatever needle size I'm using. This one's called I don't know if I said it, this one that I'm thinking will probably get given away is called a V-back tee. I haven't said any of my bags, but it's another J. Hendry bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 5. 5 so far. 5 so far.
I am wearing the Kayla top, cropped version by Pippin Pin.
So Sarah made one and finished it, and she might rip it out. She doesn't like the fit of the V-back tee. See, I'm probably not going to finish it. Let's be honest.
Do you have a finished one already?
No.
No.
I'm not going to finish it. I know I'm not. Let's be honest. Same with this. Like, never going to finish this. I'm not ripping it out, though.
Just bind off.
Bind off and have a round thing.
What is it supposed to be?
It's the Starburst blanket by Lucy Neatby. It's double knit. So it's reversible. And I considered, so the way you do the increases on this, like it will be flat, right? But if I stop increasing, it will start, but continue going out, it will start going up the sides and making it a cat bed. But I said that like a couple years ago, and I still haven't picked it back up and worked on it, but I have a whole ball of this Noro.
It's so pretty.
Right?
How big is it supposed to be?
Like a blanket. I don't have the pattern in here.
But like if you finished,
like this isn't big. This is,
yeah, it's not going to be. But that ball, you only have one ball left?
That's all I have right here. So I don't know if I had changed my mind about it being a full blanket a long time ago and didn't bother getting more of the yarn. We don't carry this anymore. You know what? I don't even think they make this one anymore. But I'm sure there's another one that would be similar enough. But I'm not going to finish it as a blanket anyway. So
it's so pretty, but yeah.
Yeah. So
it'd be a big giant centerpiece on the table.
It could be. But yeah, I thought about like letting it curl up the edges, felting it.
Read Sarah's comment.
I will not rip it out, Sarah. It will definitely not get ripped out. If you want to work on it, that might just be the answer. I do only have one ball left of the Noro, but the white that's in it is just a non-superwash white. I think it happens. Oh my gosh, I must have started that forever ago. I think it happens to be one of the different Lamb's Pride bases. That's what's making me think it was forever ago. But Cascade 220 or something would work perfectly. Okay, I should write that down now before I forget. I said I would have at least 2 projects in each category, and I'm not lying so far.
How many more bags are in your box?
I only have 2 right here, and that's 3, 4. So at least 4 more here. And I'll have to check my Ravelry and see what I might be missing.
Yeah, it's not very many.
No.
It's like half of what I have.
Ripped two of my DPNs out of this sock, so maybe I'll take a minute to fix this one. This is just a sock. I think my son started these socks. If I remember correctly, he was going to make them for himself. Stole some of my yarn, some of my needles, and my Doctor Who project bag. And then, of course, they sat in his room forever, so I claimed them back and finished them. But yeah, sorry, I'm going to fix this. So these are just plain socks. I can't remember. I'll see if there's a ball band in there. What yarn this is. I know the blue is just Sweet Georgia Tough Love sock, but the speckle is somebody else. And there is not a ball band in there, so. I remember picking it up in. Nope. No, I remember where I picked it up, but my mouth was going to say Florida. I went to Florida once when I was 9. It was not Florida. It's Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know why that was going to come out of my mouth, but I remember picking it up in Toronto. I just don't remember who the dyer was or what the yarn is. So this is where having stuff in Ravelry, if you lose your ball bands, could come in handy. So
true.
Anyway. And sometimes I have a memory for things, and sometimes, well, no, I have a really bad memory, but for things like this, I actually is when I actually excel a little better at it. Like I know this doesn't have a ball band either, but this is 100% Sweet Georgia. I don't know why I know that. It just is. But yeah.
I have some that I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'll totally remember what that is. And now I'm like, why did I do that? I don't know what this is. Now it's just floating around in my half-used balls of yarn, and I don't know what it is.
What do I name those socks on my list? Let's see. They might already be my Ravelry.
Just name them socks.
In my Ravelry, they're named Socks for Paxton.
There you go. I really want to finish the Sun Gazer this week. I think that is doable, but I should take some time and go through my Ravelry and add whatever projects are missing from the pictures that I took today for things.
Before I go to my other ones here, I'm just going to go through my Ravelry quickly and see. I should be knitting. Oh, the Ariana. So I ripped that. So the Ariana is that Granny Square crochet sweater. I still want to make it, but I don't want to make it in a superwash yarn. So this version of it no longer exists. So there you go. There's a frogged one.
Did you frog it already?
I think I just threw them in the garbage. When you and Angie weren't around to
pick them back out of the garbage, take them home and salvage them. Unbelievable.
Right.
I'm gonna put trackers on all your stuff now.
Okay, so scrappy mittens are actually done.
Oh.
Sorry, there's silence.
Don't throw it out, just frog it.
It was,
No.
so I did a few, well, I wouldn't frog it though, not those. I can see not throwing it out, but sorry, I got a text message. I could see not throwing it out, but they were granny squares. And some of them I just had like done like the first two kind of rounds, the two colors, and
Yeah.
it's a new color each round. So like you're just talking about a few meters of yarn in like little pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't need to salvage. It wasn't a lot, but yeah. The grannies, I mean, I could be wrong. Well, I don't know. If I find them at home, I'll let you know if I'm lying. I feel like I threw them out though. So
well, I have.
Does anybody know where Bell River, Ontario is?
Bell River is like Windsor.
Like Belle? Is in Windsor?
Bell River?
Yeah.
Is Windsor area, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
Angie, don't admit to that.
Right.
Don't say that.
I have good reasons.
So I have sock tubes, socks, single sock, sweaters, shawls, yarn, and blankets. Those are my categories when I listed things today when I took my pictures of all my whips.
Sorry, say it again.
Sock tubes, socks, single sock, so it's like a finish, so it needs its mate.
So socks have 3 different categories, okay?
Yep. Sweaters, shawls, yarn, and blanket. So I didn't take a picture of the crochet blanket because it's like, I don't know, it's in this room somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big and it's crocheted and I don't know. I don't want to take a picture of it. It's probably on my Ravelry somewhere anyway. And then I have a little baby blanket, like the one that's in the Stephen West one, the
Vertices Unite.
Vertices Unite, yeah.
Okay, well, I might not work on Friday. Okay.
I was not going to work on Friday, but that's fine.
Are you serious?
Maybe. It's my dad's birthday and we're not going away on Saturday, so.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there's no plans. There's no.
Oh, there's other people that could come work if they want to work. No, sorry, that's what I'm getting distracted in. This is the Bell River thing. My husband just texted me and said, do you want to surprise Sophie in Bell River? Sophie's my niece who's from South River, which is not Windsor that way. It's that way. But I think it's her, what is it? OFSA,
the track and field.
Soccer, I think.
Oh, soccer. Okay.
So that's closer to us. Driving to Windsor is closer to see her than driving to her house, which is the complete opposite direction. But that's got to be like 8 hours for them. That's insane.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I probably will go see my baby.
Yeah.
Even though I'll get to see them soon. It's almost summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. South River, Highway 11, north of Huntsville. It's way up there. Way up there. Oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish these socks. Okay, I got to count again in case I forgot to write something.
This isn't really working for you.
It is not. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Oh, for goodness sakes. I can't even count. 1, 2, 3.
So I have
Perfect.
5 sweaters.
You are going to have more than me.
I don't even know if that, now I can't remember if that even counts my white sweater or not. I think it does. I think I added it afterwards.
All right. I'm at 11 so far. I feel like I need to get competitive for finishing, which isn't usually my style, but I feel like I need something that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna totally. I started to get a little bit competitive when we cast these on, and I was the furthest along, and no, I'm no longer the furthest along, so I don't care anymore. So, and I really didn't care that much then, but it was kind of cool to be ahead for a change. But I don't care. So, I don't know. It would be nice. Like a lot of these are really close to being finished. So
yeah. Well, like you said, like the Rhapsody and Cables or whatever. Like you like that one, so if you pick it up again and start going on it, right?
Yeah. I'm further along than Sarah on that one. It's a fun one. Like I'd like to keep momentum on that. But now that I went through these, I'm like, oh, that sock could be done or that could be done. But so I have another sock. I forget what this is called. It's in Summerlee's.
Oh yeah.
Summer socks, I think.
I have a sock. I have that sock too.
So it started with like the little
Oh yeah, you stopped doing them.
Salt and pepper color work up here, and it was taking me forever, and I hated doing the color work, so I just changed to striping in the color. What did I do? I did 3 rows and then a full single stripe of the color. So this was up here in the color work. It was 3 rows of gray, and then you did 1 row with the salt and pepper color work, and then I'm like, I'm just switching. So I switched to 3 rows of gray with 1 row of the straw into gold. Yeah, so that's how it should have looked. And then I switched. My second one, if I make this second sock, and I think the only thing that's really slowing me down was that I really did hate doing this part. So if I make a second sock, the second sock will be striped all the way down. It's not going to match. It's going to start with stripes right from the get-go because this took way too long. Socks are like it's not that this type of color work is hard, but socks are my mindless, and I don't want to have to be paying attention to gauge or anything. I just want to be able to knit. And then she striped the foot, right? Did you stripe your foot? Like,
yeah.
I just grabbed a self-striping. This is a Timber Yarns, one of the Little Red Mitten colorways that we had from a couple years ago. And I just did a self-striping down the foot. So
that's pretty.
I should make its pair. I think everything's in here. Yeah. Everything but the needles are in here, so that's interesting. I wonder what size needle I did these on. Do you think I did a different size because there was color work in it? I wonder how many stitches I cast on if I did a different size needle. See, this is why I do my plain sock. I'm gonna have to count these stitches. And look, it's not even a 2x2 rib. It's a 2x1 rib. Like,
you should just frog that, or just because you're not going to make the second one. You're not going to.
They're really cute though.
It's done. You're not doing it.
Yeah, it is. This might as well be a finished object. But yeah, I'll have to actually count and then, I don't know, compare my gauge to my other socks to see if this is a 2 millimeter needle or a 2.25. That's my options. It's gonna be a 2 or a 2.25. It won't be anything else. But... Did I write it down? I did not.
How many times? Never mind. Nope, I can't talk and knit.
You need to talk though. I'm writing.
Well, I keep wanting to purl because I'm doing my garter like stitch, and so I keep looking at the purl, like right, it looks like it's purl, and I keep purling instead of knitting. Okay, 5 sweaters. I don't know how many. I don't even know what 5 sweaters they were, but I have 5 sweaters.
It's a lot.
And you would think that I should know what they are because I just took pictures of them like 3 hours ago, but I don't. I did not write them down.
You want to know a secret? That's not a secret, but that I just found out because I wrote all this down. I have 5 sweaters too. I have 3 written down. And I've got a sun gazer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing it down. Look at me. Sun gazer. And I've got this.
Oh, yes.
So I did not get this done in time for last weekend.
You didn't even wear it last weekend.
I did not. It was hot.
It was, yeah.
I was going to, it is closed up at the back. I just have I have like, I guess that's a lot. It's actually a lot.
Not that much.
Not a ton, but it's a lot.
Compared to how much is like.
I have that many inches of like, so I have to fill that space right there basically with garter.
Yeah.
So, but it is closed. I started working down the back. I could have put that on like pony cord or whatever and wore it a little bit, and I was going to, but then it was just too hot, and I still would have had to cut my threads and figure that out because it's not really ready to be worn. So and this was, yeah, I did try it on for a couple people, and I don't have my cuffs on yet, and the cuffs are tight and hold the big bellowy sleeves up here, and so it actually looks like it's longer than my wingspan, so it actually falls down because it doesn't have tight cuffs too. Yeah. It's really big.
Are you doing your cuffs in gray or are you doing your cuffs in pink?
Pink, for sure.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you had said that before or not, and I was just thinking about it now. I was like,
yeah. So I'd like to not lose momentum on this either. But now that second deadline's passed, and it's way too.
The second deadline's passed, and we cast on sun gazers, and yeah. Now my white sweater, I couldn't even tell you where it is. And you are further along. Like this is something that I thought for sure I'd finish before you. You might finish before me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to try and keep. I think that will be my first round of organizing these whips, is choosing a few to be my active ones. Or deadline number 3. Allison, yes.
What deadline number 3? Stop this. No, we're not.
Somebody give it to me.
No.
I need somebody to like bribe me.
I told you I could do your I-cord if you finished it.
But you didn't say like with a deadline. You're like, oh. So anytime I finish it. KW Knitters Fair. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the first show of the season, like of the fall.
Mm-hmm.
When you're picking your whips to do, are you gonna do like an easy one and then like a hard, like your sweater, right? Like an easy and then like a one that needs more work kind of thing. So you've got like stagger them that kind of way if you're gonna list them off.
I don't know that I was thinking like easy and hard. I was thinking like maybe more with momentum. Somebody just said like maybe do the 20 minutes a day kind of thing. So like maybe something that's like choose this as my one that I need to keep kind of pushing through, and then grab my stuff that's momentum that I that I'm excited about right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of have motivation to bring my whip count down a little bit. So
Yeah.
What is this called? Marled Magic?
Yeah. Magic, marled magic. I never know. I say them both. I feel like the Knitters Fair is too far away because like that's just I'm just gonna stop working on it and then I'm really not gonna have any idea what I did. I should keep going on it because mine I just picked it back up and started getting going on it, right?
Yeah, I feel like I should probably not put this one away. I think I should just leave out. Okay. Okay, I went through everything that I have here.
I don't believe you. I think you have more whips than you have there.
I don't think I do. So let me my stream of consciousness here. So I've went through everything I have here, and my quick thought, which I come up with all these plans and then I change them. My quick thought is to keep that as a priority and try and do 20 minutes a day or something like that.
Yeah, it's like the first thing you pick up or something like that when you start to knit or something.
Yeah, and try to like make that my priority. And then I have the sun gazer, which maybe the everybody else knitting it and the newness and
I'm gonna beat you.
What? You're gonna
What?
beat me? You're gonna beat me? Maybe that will be enough motivation to just keep this one going at a decent pace. And then socks. And then
Yeah.
when one of those sweaters gets finished, I'll pull into this pile something else that's
Yeah.
bigger, like a sweater or one of the shawls. Oh, but I have to cast on my shawl. Okay, let me count. 1.
I have 6 shawls in my whips, so I'm not casting on one even though I wanted to. Bummer.
I need to because I picked out that. Oh,
I
I have
don't
2 more.
I have one more whip because where's that one? Oh, I have more whips somewhere.
I have one more whip, and then there's that shawl I want to cast on. So I have the sweater we picked out on one of the Hold Me Double podcasts.
The which one?
The alpaca chino one where we picked out all the
Oh yeah.
for. I don't know if you guys watching remembered like purples and blues and pinks, mostly a lot of pinks. So all I have started is like the back piece ribbing. That's it. But so that brings me up to 6 sweaters. So I have more sweaters than you.
I have one that's like I have sweater quantity for a sweater, so that would be 6.
Yeah.
Technically, it is cast on. It is a piece of it cast on. There was no swatch done for it, though. It needs to have a swatch first.
And then I want to cast on Justin Ellison, when's shawl start? Is it the 9th?
Or is it?
Because I thought it would have been a Monday.
Is it the 6th? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I think it's the 6th.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm flipping it upside down in my head.
Because I thought it was the first Monday of June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a really simple looking shawl that I wanted to start for that, but I have 6 in my. Actually, one of them is
6 started shawls.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How many did you say you had total? 6.
I'm not telling you no. Total what?
Whips.
24, 12, 23, well, 24, because I added one because I forgot about one of my shawls. 24 because I'm not going to count the sock tubes.
Okay. I have my rules for me. You ready? I need to bind off one thing before I can cast anything on. including the shawl I want to cast on for this. So I need to finish something before Monday if I want to sit and watch Jess and Allison and cast on at the same time.
Because they're doing a cast on party or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to finish something before Monday. So that might change what I prioritize. And I'm just going to have 3 active whips. And then bring something comes out, something new can come in either by casting it on or out of the pile, I guess. But that's my roundabout. That's my roundabout way. So with the shawl I want to cast on Monday, it would be.
Yeah, but if you're casting it on, then you're casting something else off. So how many whips do you have now?
I have 15.
And are you frogging any of them?
No. But getting rid of probably 2 of them.
Yep.
So I have 2 blankets.
Same.
I have 5 pairs of socks.
I have more.
Or I have 5. It would actually be like 6 pairs of socks because the snowmobile socks have will have 2 pairs in them kind of idea, but like I have 5. That's one project in my head. 5 pairs of socks. 2,
That's 7. I have 8.
6 sweaters.
5.
That's a high number of sweaters. When Sarah said that she likes to have like one sweater, was it one shawl and one sock, one pair of socks or something? And I said, "Oh, that's exactly what I want." Yeah, I have 6, Sarah, so whatever. And then I only have 2 shawls started.
I have 7.
And I want to cast on another one. Okay. I can definitely finish socks before Monday, 100%.
Yeah, you have like a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a whole week. You could.
I also could technically avoid all my work and I could have this finished by Monday if I really wanted to.
Even if you didn't avoid all your work, that sweater is so easy. Like it really is easy, especially for your size and my size. There's no those random increases in the middle like some of the other sizes. So like once you get past the first section of the thing and you're just repeating, right? It really is an easy knit to just go, except for I messed up the last.
I would totally abandon all my work to get it done.
I think my throat's sore and I'm coming down with something. So
oh, good. Yeah. Have fun at home.
But
have fun at home. Does that math add up? 5 plus 6 is 11. Plus 2 is 13. Plus 2 is 15. That's what I said. Cool. That's what I said. So I have 15 whips. That is how they are broken down. I will put them on Ravelry for accountability. And I have no idea what rules I just set for myself because I feel like I changed them 3 times. So, yeah, but I don't think I have. Which sweater is the closest to being done and the largest gauge? Probably the Marled Magic. As much as that like last little panel and then the cuffs and stuff is still a lot of knitting. It's a good size. It's good size needles. And it's not a ton. I don't actually have a cough, but here I
go. Yeah, I'm the one with the cough, remember? I'm the one with the throat that's sore.
So yeah, oh sorry, I have my list of my sweaters here. So the Marled Magic is probably close. The Felix cardigan, I'm in the ribbing, but then I have sleeves. So I have 2. Yeah, those.
Would the sleeves not finish faster than the Marled Magic? Maybe not. Well, if you have to do the I-cord, unless you're giving me that, then
yeah. No. those would probably be close without actually timing myself doing them. I don't know that I could tell you which one would be faster, but those would go on the top of the list. And then the VBAC T is probably going to get handed off to somebody else. Rhapsody and Cables and the Sun Gazer are probably similar, I'd say, just because this is just this might even be faster. But I was going to say, because this is just started. Yeah, this would probably be faster.
Half of this of the stop it, Jillian. Half of the Rhapsody and Cables to do still.
I have half of the front and the one whole sleeve and the whole back
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Sun Gazer.
I'm close to 1/3 through it, but it's all cables and lace.
Yeah, the Sun Gazer is going to take way less time than that.
Yeah, not only will this take less time, but it's short sleeve. So I'd like to have this done faster.
Mm-hmm.
So this will actually go before the Felix cardigan. Do you want me to prioritize everything? I can do this. Marled Magic number 1. Sun Gazer number 2. Felix number 3. Rhapsody and Cables number 4. And then the Alpacachino number 5. And the VBAC can move on to somebody else. Or the garbage. I don't care.
I'll get like the yarn's good.
Yep, we can check the messages, Allison. Have a good night.
Night. I have a sweater that I test knit for somebody that I didn't finish because I ran out of yarn. I had to get yarn from like
Allison, if you're still here, Allison, not at Allison, but this Allison, Ravel or Leo and Roxy, you don't need to use a code for store pickup anymore. When you get to the shipping section, you can choose it's a shipping option, pick up at Little Red Mitten. So you can use your code, your discount code that you have in the code section, and then you can choose pick up at Little Red Mitten. I will answer that in the message in case you've already left us. Okay. Sorry, guys. I would have read it right away. Not the garbage. Geez, I will. If somebody wants it, they can have it. But I think in this whole thing, it needs to move out of my stuff. So if I put it up here and nobody says, "Yep, that's the right size for me," and I want to finish it, then I guess I wouldn't garbage it.
No, Angie or I will get to it before Jolene gets it in the garbage. Don't worry.
They would at very least rip it out and salvage the yarn. So it won't just go in the garbage. It is nice yarn. And actually the color that's in it already was a souvenir skein, and it's the Cape Breton colorway. And so that's a little sad, but I don't need it either. It's more just that I remember buying it, and the store is gone. The store in Badek, Cape Breton, is closed now. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. So I prioritized my sweaters. I don't need to do it for anything else. The Starburst blanket, Sarah, you can have it. Enjoy. There you go. I'm down to 13. Just like that. Do I get to cast on 2 new things?
No, you said bind off, cast off. Anybody else with me on that?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you said bind off.
I did. I said cast off, which annoys me that I keep saying cast off when I mean bind off. I don't usually get picky about words, but knitting words for some reason get to me. I have to finish this letter. So I need to finish things. Okay. It's fine. This is my way of actually bringing down the number. These two that I'm going to hand off so far will bring down my total number of whips, and then from here on out, I've got to finish stuff. and before I cast anything on. I actually don't think I have, other than the shawl, I don't think I have anything that I'm really waiting to cast on. I bought a couple patterns. I wanted to do the somebody the tea line. Does it have the word line in it? Something line tea?
The new one, the like reverse thing or something like that from
No, I like that one too. I forgot about that. Nope, not the rocket tea. The one that has the holes down the front.
oh, the mesh one from James Watts.
No, that was on my list of wanting to. I gotta do my wants.
Lines down it.
Line. I think it has the word. Somebody's gonna get it for me. I think it has the word line in it. I have Ravelry.
Who's it by and where did it come from?
It's from let's see if I'm right. It's from this group of friends. So
Hold on.
Is
it this one? No.
You're gonna know exactly what it is when you see it. Nope, not stripes. You done looking?
I'm not looking.
Outline.
Oh, the outline tee. Yes, from Jessie May.
Yeah. Is that group of friends?
Yeah.
Cool. That was my main concern, that I had it right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. It has like drop stitches around the collar and down the front, and it's a t-shirt, and I think they use like a linen blend.
Mm-hmm.
And I would see, but here's the thing now, like by the time I finish that one and stuff, the chances of me actually getting this done in this.
What's the gauge? Like, what's the needle size? And it's fingering? Sorry?
I'm trying to open it.
Oh, okay. I might actually have the pattern.
I actually do have the pattern. I did buy the pattern a few weeks ago. Fingering weight, knit at 22 stitches. So knit at like a DK weight, 3.5 and 3.75 needles. That's not too bad. And they use Ritual dyes undying.
Cotton linen.
It's a cotton linen, is it?
Yeah, 70% cotton, 30% linen.
See how fast I can get distracted? Like,
I just made
my plans of working through my my whips, and now I'm like, oh, this is a great idea.
It's a tee at least, right? And it looks like it's a little bit more of a cropped, right? So it's not like it's a full sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So
I could order that linen silk that we got for the Leo and Roxy birthday, that I dyed on for the Leo and Roxy birthday, in the DK weight.
And
dye it. Allison, you should make one too. We should do this. Allison and I, who aren't done our Hold Me Double projects, and we definitely should cast more on. See, this is why. Sarah, yes, do it. You are an enabler. You know I have too many projects.
You don't. I have 24. You have 13 now. So what's adding 3 more sweaters?
See, when we get to the point of going through our stashes as part of this, like, frog it, friend it thing, though, then my rule will probably be I have to cast on at least every other cast on from my stash. And that's not what I want to do for these ones.
Well, we better just cast on a whole bunch of new things before you get to that, before you decide to do the stash stuff. There's what? June, July, August. There's like 3 or 4 months before, like, stash could be in July. You can have a whole month of cast-ons before you get to that.
Sarah, I mean, get the DK yarn, but finish a sweater first. Well, and you'd think I'd be able to, because I'd have to order the yarn, it arrive, dye it, dry it. Hopefully I finished one of these other sweaters that don't have that much work left in it before I cast that one on.
It doesn't have to be a sweater. Sarah's saying a sweater, but it could be a pair of socks. Just saying. Just saying.
Sarah said a sweater. I was thinking that. Should it be like for the finished one, or should it be a sweater for a sweater, a shawl for a shawl? It can't be a shawl for the first shawl. Because I want to cast on that first shawl, and these aren't near done enough. But it could be a pair of socks for that shawl. That's probably what that's going to be. Socks by Monday, then a sweater. Okay. Sarah's going to keep me on track. She's organized. So anyway, that's everything. I've got everything. Do you think I missed anything? Is there any projects you can think of that I'm going to pull up my Ravelry again. I feel like sweater. Oh, I have the peep show here. It's technically done.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't picture anything.
There's nothing in my Ravelry other than the stuff I showed.
Yeah.
So
that's good then.
I think there's a couple things here that aren't in my Ravelry yet, but there's nothing in my Ravelry that I didn't show. So that's probably a pretty good sign.
Perfect.
It really is loud in here when I'm by myself. Creakiness and people talking outside. Now it's dark.
It is dark now. Got my window open and it smells like campfire. I love it. Actually, that might be my candle. I don't see it though, so maybe it's not.
Oh, the campfire? Did you say?
Well, the window's open, so I thought I smelled campfire, but then I remembered that I have a candle that smells like campfire, and it can just be that, but I don't see it on my.
Oh, not lit, obviously, just open and.
Yeah. I think I heard Geo. So
no.
Just waiting to see if he actually gets up.
Robin's asking if it's hot. I'm inside.
It seems to have cooled off now. When I had the window open, like my house is freezing because the upstairs apartment is really hot. So my landlord has my air on pretty cool. So
it's pretty hot. It's 26, feels like 30. It was hot last time I was outside. Like I said,
it has been all day. When I had the window open earlier, I could feel the heat.
Yeah.
I can't feel the heat now. Like it does feel cooler.
Yeah.
Now, but my room was cold, so I had the window open and stuff. So,
like I was saying, we went car shopping on a bunch of used car lots. I kept stepping back into the shade when we're standing around a car, like looking at it or whatever. And yeah, it was not pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a special weather statement.
Tomorrow's supposed to be really hot too. And like, I don't know if today was fully sunny because I wasn't outside for a lot of it. Yeah, it must have been if you were stepping back into the shade. Tomorrow's supposed to be like the same.
Yeah.
It's supposed to feel like 40 degrees with the stuff because it's supposed to be like 29 or something like that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know I like the birds, Robin.
Yeah, that's. I don't like it. I don't like it when it's that hot, but.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
Don't have anything to do tomorrow outside, so like other than the normal taking care of the animals and stuff like that. My house tends to be slightly cooler, just with shade. We have trees and a breeze that comes through, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I don't have too much to do outside, so that will be good.
Nice. Was it windy in town here? Were you in town? Like, because it was pretty windy on the highway coming back from Cambridge.
I didn't notice wind. Yeah, we were here, Elmer, London.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to do this anymore. Still don't have a car. So
meteor shower tonight. What time?
Ooh.
Did I stay up that late? I didn't stay up till 2 o'clock last night, knitting on my sweater.
Did you? That's
No.
late. That's late.
That was only 1:40.
I can see meteor showers at my house. I have to get out of the city.
Oh, you're lucky.
Oh, and I cleaned my trampoline. I could go lay on my trampoline and watch a meteor shower.
You should.
I could do that. I might just do that. I need to eat something.
Me too.
This is my day. You ready? Jalapeno chips. That's like a Halloween size bag. And I did grab this. I grabbed a protein shake before we sat down because this was me being responsible.
Did you just open it now, or have you been drinking it the whole time?
I've been sipping on it a little bit the whole time. I can't think that I don't think I ate anything else today. Nothing at home. Nothing while we were out. And there's nothing here. No, I didn't eat anything else today, which is fine. I'll eat something before I go to bed. My allergies have been really bad too, Robin. I've been having to take allergy pills at night before I go to bed so that I can sleep.
Maybe that's why my sinuses. Maybe it's not sinuses. Maybe it's allergies. Like maybe there's
pollen on everything. It's really noticeable shopping for cars because all the cars that are normally nice and shiny on the lots are all like dusty and covered in the pollen and stuff.
Birds are fighting out there.
Yeah, you can hear them.
Oh, Mom, I don't want to go to bed. Go to bed. No, I don't want to. Yes, do it.
I watched a robin here today. He was like in like one of like an evergreen bush. He was sitting out on the edge of it and he was doing weird stretches. It felt like he was coming out to like let the sun touch him, and then he just walked back into the bush. Like it was just so funny. He was just like, oh, he was doing all these weird little stretches, and then he just like didn't fly off or anything. So I gotta peek and see if there's a nest in there. But yeah.
Well, should we say goodnight?
We probably should. I should probably head home and maybe knit. What should I knit on tonight?
Sun gazer.
I need help before we leave. What are my 3 projects? Which socks can I get done before Monday?
Paxton's or your mohair ones? Which ones are further along?
Neither of those because they only have 1 sock.
Oh, then your motorcycle socks. I know.
Motorcycle socks, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The snowmobile socks or the Christmas socks are going to be the fastest ones.
So pick one of those. Okay. And then I don't remember what you said. Your Marled Magic.
My Marled Magic and my Sun Gazer. I think those will be my active projects, and I'm gonna try not to bring anything else in until stuff is done.
Nice.
I think that will be the way I do it. And we'll see. And we can talk next Monday when we're in the chat during the shawl cast on and see where we're at.
Lovely.
People are yelling. Could you hear that? No. People are yelling.
Weird.
All right, Sarah's going to be my guide. Marled magic and suck. That will be the goal. I need to get this marled magic done.
I would say like the Sun Gazer is an easy one, but so is the Marled Magic. You're just going back and forth, right? Like, and you're picking up on either end, and then the same with the ribbing and stuff like that. All of it's pretty easy now. So, what's that?
This is M's eyeball shawl. One of the cats grabbed a
rude
and pulled it, so I said I would adjust it back in. I think there was just one. Just double checking that there's not another one. It's been in my project bag because I said I would fix it. So it's not shawl season anymore though, so it does not need to be worn. So I'll fix it and then give it its bath for the season, and it can go away till next year. Yeah, so that's what I will do. I will take a sock and my Marled Magic home. The rest can stay in my office, and I won't even be tempted to work on them. That's it. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. So much fun. Thanks for following my craziness. I think I wrote everything down. Nobody said, hey, you pulled this out of a bag and didn't mention it in the numbers, but so I think I wrote everything down.
We'll see you and take pictures this week.
We will take pictures. I will. I'm leaving them here in the middle of the store, so I will do them tomorrow morning. And put them up on the Ravelry group so you guys can see all my whips. Mm-hmm. And then we can do something to like count them down, count them off, and try and get them low. So yeah, if you haven't gathered yours yet, gather them, go and put them in the Ravelry group. And you finished Ray 1. Yay! Good job. I think you're doing one of the harder. No, I don't know. I don't know what size you're making, Sarah. Is it size? What size? Which sizes are the easier ones to do?
2 and 3.
2 and 3 are the easier ones to do. The other ones have weird increases. So, yeah. So thanks everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks, and we will hopefully join the chat next week. And everybody have a good week or 2, and we'll see you soon.
Stay cool.
Stay cool. Yes. Have fun in June. Not cool.
That's crazy.
It's not cool. It's not cool that it's June already. That's not. Happy birthday to Joe.
Yes, happy birthday to Joe.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you soon.